All right, let's talk about spiritual warfare. The whole concept of spiritual warfare, right? This cosmic struggle between good and evil, it can feel really difficult to understand and contextualize, but the Bible is clear that it's real. And so even in our confusion, we have to push through that and say, okay, God, how do you want me to engage in this? And the first part is, we can't just sit on the sidelines. Jen Barnett writes in her book of First Freedom that spiritual pacifism is not a safe posture, it is a death sentence because there is no neutral ground in spiritual warfare. Okay, so we gotta engage in spiritual warfare. How do we do that? Well, we put on the full armor of God. This is what Paul writes about in Ephesians 6. Stand therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth and having put on the breastplate of righteousness and as shoes for your feet, having put on the readiness given by the gospel of peace. In all circumstances take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming darts of the evil one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying at all times in the Spirit with all prayer and supplication. And so instead of being bystanders, we put on the full armor of God. We take up the sword of the Spirit. We're praying at all times. Hank Hanegraaff says this, put on the full armor of God. If we do, we're invincible in spiritual warfare. If we don't, we're guaranteed casualties.